Get ready for the biggest stories dominating the news cycle right now. We start with an incredible honor for a cinematic giant. Darren Aronofsky is set to be celebrated by the Locarno Film Festival with the prestigious Honorary Leopard Award on August 14th. This iconic Swiss film festival, known for championing independent cinema, will host a ceremony on its massive Piazza Grande to recognize Aronofsky's monumental career. We dive into how this auteur, known for films like Pi and Requiem for a Dream, has carved out a unique space in contemporary cinema by exploring the limits of faith and obsession. Prepare to see the details of this major recognition.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we turn our attention to a massive international confrontation happening at the Venice Biennale. Over 50 members of the anti-Putin activist group, Pussy Riot, joined forces with the Ukrainian feminist group, FEMEN, to storm the Russian Pavilion. This wasn't just a protest. It was a dramatic performance featuring the Disobey song, complete with blue and yellow smoke and Ukrainian flags. We look at the intense political stakes behind this action, especially considering the ongoing war in Ukraine and the controversy surrounding Russia's participation in the art exhibition. Find out what activists are demanding and the reaction from the Biennale leadership. The tension at the Biennale is escalating, and it's tied directly to broader geopolitical issues. The protest against the Russian Pavilion follows a significant backlash against the Biennale Foundation's decision to allow Russia to participate, especially amidst threats from the European Union over sanctions. We examine the statements from Nadia Tolokonnikova, who argued that imprisoned artists are the true face of modern Russia, and the demands for a future where dissident artists represent the nation. This story unpacks the deep cultural and political divides playing out on the global stage. And finally, we wrap up with the fallout from the jury decisions at the Venice Biennale. The international jury has resigned in protest, explicitly stating they will not award prizes to countries under investigation for human rights abuses by the International Criminal Court, specifically targeting Russia and Israel. This dramatic move has led to the cancellation of the opening ceremony and raises serious questions about the future of international art awards. Don't miss the final details on this high-stakes cultural battle. Stay with us as we keep bringing you the breaking news. The Locarno Film Festival is set to honor acclaimed director Darren Aronofsky with the prestigious Honorary Leopard Award. The prominent Swiss festival will celebrate the American auteur on August 14th during a ceremony held at its 8,000-seat Piazza Grande. During the event, Aronofsky is scheduled to present his films The Fountain, 2006, and Mother, 2017, and participate in an on-stage public discussion. The festival lauded Aronofsky's significant contribution to contemporary cinema. In a statement, Locarno highlighted his era-defining works, including Pi, 1998, Requiem for a Dream, 2000, The Wrestler, 2008, Black Swan, 2010, Noah, 2014, and The Whale, 2022, noting that these films demonstrate a body of work that defies easy categorization. By turns provocative, spiritual, and formally daring, his films have for more than a quarter-century probed the outer limits of faith, desire, and obsession. The statement continued. Aronofsky's recent work includes the black comedy Caught Stealing, starring Austin Butler, and the animated series On This Day, 1776, which utilized artificial intelligence to reimagine moments from America's founding. Artistic director Janae Nazaro offered further high praise, describing Aronofsky as an auteur who has made the sheer force of creativity, invention, and audacity his trademark. Nazaro emphasized that Aronofsky has established an unmistakable style, leading to the term Aronofskian, characterizing a deeply personal and unconventional approach that fluidly moves across genres. Nazaro specified that Aronofsky's recurring themes center on faith, motherhood, conflicts with authoritarian father figures, and the complexities of societal creation. Locarno's recipients include major figures such as Bernardo Bertolucci, Ken Loach, Jean-Luc Godard, Werner Herzog, and Jane Campion. The 79th edition of the Locarno Film Festival will run from August 5th to 15th. American filmmaker Darren Aronofsky is set to receive the prestigious Honorary Leopard at the 79th edition of the Locarno Film Festival. The award ceremony will take place on August 14th in the Piazza Grande. Aronofsky, an acclaimed director and screenwriter, is recognized for his distinctive cinematic style. His filmography includes notable works such as The Whale, which starred Brendan Fraser and was a contender at the 2022 Venice Film Festival, as well as his earlier psychological thriller, Black Swan, for which he received an Oscar nomination 11 years prior. Aronofsky has also served as a jury president at the Venice Film Festival in 2018, following his role in judging the biblical film Noah in 2014. Beginning his career in 1996 with his first feature film, Pi, Aronofsky secured an early accolade, winning the Best Director award at the Sundance Film Festival in 1998. His career has been marked by further recognition, including the Golden Lion at Venice in 2008 for The Wrestler, though he also received a mixed reception for Mother, with a Golden Raspberry nomination in 2018. In contemporary cinema, Aronofsky is noted for his work that defies easy categorization. The Locarno Film Festival recently described his films as exploring the extreme limits of faith, desire, and obsession through approaches that are sometimes provocative, spiritual, and formally daring. Artistic director Janae Nazaro emphasized that Aronofsky consistently questions conventions and avoids simply catering to audiences or the industry. For the upcoming 79th edition of the festival, scheduled from August 5 to 15, the program will feature two of Aronofsky's films, Fountain, 2006, and Mother. The Honorary Leopard has been presented since 2017, supported by Manor, with previous recipients including Alexander Payne, Jane Campion, and Harmony Korine. Pussy Riot and the Ukrainian feminist group, FEMEN, staged a dramatic protest by storming the Russian Pavilion at the Venice Biennale International Art Exhibition on Wednesday, marking their first joint action. The demonstration occurred amidst significant backlash against the decision by the Biennale, which also oversees the Venice Film Festival, to permit Russia to host a pavilion while the country continues its war against Ukraine. The protesters performed the song Disobey, with FEMEN members adding visual impact through blue and yellow smoke, Ukrainian flags, and chants. Pussy Riot members, identifiable by pink ski masks, reportedly managed to gain entry and open the pavilion door, which had been secured by private security and Italian police. Nadia Tolokonnikova, a Russian-born activist and artist who has spent time in jail for publicly challenging President Vladimir Putin, articulated the group's stance. She argued that Russia's most dedicated citizens are either imprisoned for anti-regime and pro-Ukraine actions or killed in jail, contrasting this with Europe's openness to Putin's officials. Tolokonnikova contended that artists imprisoned for their pro-Ukraine stance represent the true face of modern Russia if art is to reflect the nation at an event like the Biennale. Tolokonnikova proposed a radical alternative, offering curatorial services to replace the current Russian Pavilion in 2028 with artists who have been imprisoned by the regime and explicitly support Ukraine's sovereignty. She called for a meeting with Biennale Foundation President Pietrangelo Buttafuoco, Veneto President Luca Zea, and Mayor Luigi Brugnero to discuss this proposal. FEMEN's Inna Shevchenko emphasized the cultural aspect of the protest, stating that every Russian artwork displayed is built upon the invisible pedestal of Ukrainian blood, which is absent from the catalog. She demanded that the exhibition confront reality by showing the bombed Ukrainian cities, graves, and the bodies of civilians. The protest follows escalating international tensions. The action comes after a threat from the European Union to cut a €2 million grant to the Venice Biennale due to violations of EU sanctions against Russia following the 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Concurrently, the international jury resigned last Thursday, deciding to exclude national pavilions representing territories where leaders face war crimes charges by the International Criminal Court, specifically targeting Russia and Israel. This resignation led to the cancellation of the opening ceremony, with the Ministry of Culture ordering that the Russian Pavilion remain closed to the public. Pussy Riot and members of the Ukrainian feminist organization, FEMEN, staged a high-profile protest on Wednesday at the Venice Biennale art exhibition, attempting to block the opening of the Russian Pavilion. The activists utilized performance art and music, screaming slogans such as "Russia's art is blood" and "Enjoy the show, ignore the war," while releasing pink, blue, and yellow smoke, including a performance of their song "Disobey." The demonstration reportedly succeeded in delaying the pavilion's opening by approximately 30 minutes after Italian police secured the entrance to the site in the Venice Giardini area. The protest intensified amid ongoing controversy surrounding Russia's inclusion in the Biennale, an event overseen by the Venice Biennale Foundation, which also manages the Venice Film Festival. This participation marks Russia's first art exhibition since its 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Biennale President Pietrangelo Buttafuoco defended Russia's inclusion, citing regulations that grant participation rights to any country with relations to Italy. Although Russia withdrew from the 2022 edition following the invasion and did not attend the 2024 event, Buttafuoco has clashed with the Italian government over this decision. Currently, the government has chosen not to intervene by dismissing him and is reportedly backtracking on allowing Russian participation. Questions remain regarding whether the same precedent will apply to the Venice Film Festival, where the established rule since the start of the Ukraine war has been to reject films with ties to the Russian government. Adding to the tension, the jury responsible for awarding the Golden Lion prizes resigned last week in protest against the participation of both Russia and Israel, stating they would withhold awards from countries under investigation by the International Criminal Court for Human Rights Abuses. Russia's presence at this year's Art Biennale could result in a significant financial penalty, potentially costing the Biennale Foundation €2 million or $2.5 million in European Union funding for arts and culture, though the foundation is currently appealing the EU's decision.